Okay, I just say we get right into this. So I was checking out the Nordstrom anniversary sale, the beauty section in the sale, right? Had to see what was up. I'd heard that there were some really good things in there, but when it came to the makeup, there were some things that really called to me. But then, the more I looked at the things that I had in my cart, the more I thought, Bailey, you have this. So, long story short, instead of buying it, this video is all about what I'm not going to buy and shopping my stash to remind myself that I probably already have it. So I am just prepping my skin with foundation. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation, and mine is the shade Cebu 610. Decided to change it up. I was on a Huda Beauty kick, and I was cleaning my beauty space, which is the other thing that made me realize I don't need any more makeup right now anyway, you know what I mean? Because it was just a lot, and I found things that I remembered loving, haven't used them in a while, so I thought instead of buying more, I would just take this time to reflect on what I had. Although I will say, I did buy something. It's a lash serum from Revitalash. I watched Makeup by Tiffany D's video here on YouTube and the things that she got, and she swears by that. She's like, she bought 2 of the duos that they have in this sale because she just goes through them so quickly over the course of a year. So I've never tried it before. I actually really haven't tried any lash growth serums, modern lash growth serums, I would say, like in the last decade. So pretty excited to try that. But other than that, have not bought anything. This, by the way, is the Juvia's Place, kind of the matching concealer. I don't know if it's called I Am Magic, but it's the concealer, and mine is in the shade 18. Now, while I'm finishing up the face base, let's talk about the 3 items that I had my eye on. First up is a face palette from Hourglass. Now, it's been a long time since I've had Hourglass face products. I used to absolutely love them, but I hit pan, again, one of the rare products that I hit pan on, but I hit pan on the trio that I did have, which was a highlighter, a bronzer. Was it 2 highlighters and a bronzer? It was like the first trio palette they ever came out with, and I absolutely loved it to the point where I hit pan on my bronzer. And then for some reason, actually I know why, I have so much makeup, I told myself I didn't need it. But I don't know if it was nostalgia or what, but something about that palette just called to me. I remember the satiny, silky finish that the bronzer has, that the highlight slash, setting powder, depending on how you want to use it, has, and the blush. They make some good satiny blushes. Something about it called to me, and I thought, wait. At this point, quite a few brands have come out with products that are similar, that have all the same characteristics that I just talked about. Satiny, shimmery, smooth, blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you, I have them. So that's number 1 on my list. Number 2 on my list was a Laura Mercier Caviar eyeshadow stick trio. It's one of the best eyeshadow stick formulas out there. And I only have like 1 or 2 shades from Laura Mercier. However, I have a whole video on eyeshadow sticks on this channel. It's pretty outdated. I think it's like 2, maybe almost 3 years old at this point, but there are still some steadfast formulas in there. Like, they're still available. They haven't changed. They're amazing formulas. And the shades in this Laura Mercier trio are nothing like super duper special. They're beautiful. I guarantee they're gonna make a gorgeous eye look, but they're not super unique, complex, different shades. I think I have them in my collection. This is the Makeup Geek brow liner in dark brown, by the way. And then the last thing is a big thing. It is a set from Tom Ford. In it, there is an eyeshadow palette with 4 entirely satin. I mean, I think, do any of his palettes have mattes in them? I'm sure they do. I don't have any Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes. It's one of those that, like, they've been on my want list for forever, but Tom Ford is not cheap. So there's an eyeshadow palette. There is a dual-ended liquid eyeliner. On one side you have a thicker felt tip, and on the other end you have a super precise felt tip, a mascara, and then a lipstick. And I have 1 Tom Ford lipstick to know that I like the formula, but again, it's Tom Ford, so I don't have like a ton of Tom Ford lipsticks. And so I thought this would be a great way to get to try a bunch of different Tom Ford products, at least one of which I have always wanted to try. But again, the closer I looked at that eyeshadow palette, I thought, you have those shades. And you don't even really like to wear liquid liner all that much anymore. I don't have anything against it. It's just one of those things, you know how you kind of fall back and forth in between trends or looks that you like to wear? Liquid liner has just not been for me lately. So I don't even know if I'm going to attempt to find a liquid liner substitute for this. It's kind of all about the eyeshadow palette for me. But now that we have a full face base going on, let's go hunting in my makeup collection. Okay, now let's try this Hourglass trio. First starting with the blush. Now the tricky part with this is Hourglass. Ooh, this might actually be a good for the setting powder. Well, it might be a bit too warm to gold, but let's set it aside anyway. The blush, and actually really everything with Hourglass, the issue is it's so finely milled. It's really a satin and not a shimmer. And so many glowy blushes are like, ooh, true shimmers, not satins, but this might be a good candidate. So, Beauty Bakery's Cotton Candy Champagne palette may be a mixture of these two shades because it looks like the Hourglass is like a marbled cotton candy pink with a peach. How about this next? Oh, how about this palette from Pixie might have some shimmery combinations. Well, let's give it a try. Ooh, this might actually be a good one for the highlighter, my MAC Mineral Skin Finish. For the blush, that from e.l.f. looks too warm. This from LA Girl also looks too like hot and corally. We need a combo of baby pink and soft peach. Ooh, this one from Cover Effects, even though we have a dual matte and shimmer, might just do the trick. Here is my pile of stuff. This from Huda Beauty is what I'm using as the bronzer. I think it's the perfect pick, and I happen to have it here because it's new. I've been using it all the time. And while we're here, I am going to pull one of these from Jaclyn Hill. It is the Luminous Powders because these are also going to kind of work just like this or my MAC Mineral Skin Finish. Okay, first, let's start with the base. I think this is gonna be the easiest because, I mean, clearly I am drawn to soft focus, satiny sort of face powders because here I have my Huda Beauty Glowish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, recent favorite of mine, that I've been using every day for the exact same reason that I want this bronzing powder from Hourglass is the brand. So I'm just taking that. Do I even want more of a bronze? Maybe not. I don't know. The shade for me here, number 2 medium, is like absolutely perfect for my skin tone. It keeps me from overdoing it, from going too much. It really keeps me honest with having a true subtle bronze everywhere I want it. And because it has like this subtle satiny sheen to it, it doesn't take out any, it doesn't like mattify my skin. It doesn't feel like it adds another heavy layer to my skin or anything. It's just this beautiful, glowy, kiss, you know? Now it comes to blush, which I'll admit was a harder one. We have some really solid candidates here with the Cotton Candy Champagne palette. I mean, this is like a go-to when you think glowy blush. This new one, as much as I'd love to use this new collaboration between Pixie and Makeup by Denise, it's very similar to the Cotton Candy Champagne palette, but with more variety. However, too shimmery. These are too glowy for what, if memory serves, the Hourglass blushes are like. So what I think I'm gonna do, I still think I have a great solution, but it is in this Cover Effects Monochromatic Blush Duo, which I used to, I mean, I still do very much love, but again, new things launch, you get new products, it just falls by the wayside. So this is a good excuse to pick it back up in the shade Mojave Mauve, or mauve. And because you get both matte and shimmer in here, you get the pigment from the matte and then the payoff or the finish, the satiny finish of that shimmer. Oh, yes. Ooh. And that's what I'm doing. I'm literally just mixing the two of them, like dip in one, dip in the other, dusting that lightly on the cheeks. I don't know why I'm doing the apples. I haven't been doing that recently, but it works, whatever. And that right there is the blush. I think we did a pretty good match. It's as close as I think we're gonna get to what looks like a bubblegummy pink mixed with a soft peachy pink. Yeah, I would say that's it. Now, I know we have something to match the highlight in this palette. At first, I think now I know I can pretty much immediately dismiss my Lancome Absolute powder as much as I love it and would love for this to be it. I think it's a little bit too golden. The shade in the picture, I have this like blown up on my screen right here so I can see up close. It looks a little too golden for what looks closer to like a coolie, almost taupey, as weird as that sounds, highlighter. My other two options are Jaclyn Hill's Brighten Up. Again, I think it's too warm, too peach. Or, ooh, this could be good, Carrots, which, oh, wait, that's a lot. That is a lot, but, oh, that's promising. You can barely see that. I swatched it like right here. You can barely see that, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. I honestly thought we were gonna land with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Warm Rose, but this I think is too cool, too pink. Jaclyn Cosmetics it is. Same brush I used with my blush. I am sweeping that literally everywhere. I'm bathing in it, as I would have the highlight shade in that palette. Yes. Subtle, but glowy, but we did it. I am happy with this. I am happy, and I feel like I've satisfied my urge to buy this. Done. What's next? Because I think this is going to be the easiest because I have a lot of eye pencils. I think I'm going to find these no problem, especially with my Nude Sticks collection. So we're looking at one matte pencil. It looks kind of like a light matte taupe and a light pink champagne shade. Looks like that. A darker brown shade, which might actually be this one. I have a few others in case that one is too cool. Well, I think it's kind of cooler. That looks too warm and bronzy. I say let's go with that one. All of these are looking a little too warm. And then for back to the matte, oh, I'm going to say it could be this one. Wait, is this an eye or a lip? Nope, this is lip and cheek. Never mind. All right, this matte one is proving the most difficult. I have taupe, looks a little too cool, but about that lightness because this one, Fig, it looks a little bit too deep. Wow, okay, so never did I think that that would be the shade that I wouldn't find. What other alternatives? Ooh, wait, hold up. How about this guy? Not a cream, but a very light taupe from Huda Beauty. Let's try it. Okay, so the shadow sticks proved surprisingly more challenging. I don't have a ton of options to kind of mix and match the way I did with the face stuff, so let's hope we can come close. Okay, so starting with Au Naturel, really the only option I had here was this one from Huda Beauty. It is the matte end of one of her matte melted shadows. This is called Faux Fur, and I think it's too light. I am almost positive this is too light. I'm sure she has something similar in her collection, although honestly, liquid, stick, I know they're not the same, but I'm gonna take it anyway because it's the only other option I had. And this I will use as a base today. I'm not quite sure whether I want to do a full look with just the sticks or if I want to try my Tom Ford quad dupe, but I am gonna prime my eyes with this. Yeah, this looks deeper on the models on the Nordstrom website, so I'm gonna go with no match. But the thing is, I feel like if I can come close to the other two shades in this trio, it's not worth it. It still won't be worth it for me to just buy it for the one stick I think I'm missing. Yes, it's a beautiful shade. Yes, it's an incredible formula, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know that I will wake up in the morning thinking, man, I sure wish I had that exact shade of Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick to put on my face today. You know what I mean? Okay, now for the other two shades. Let's first start with Nude Rose. This is a close one. So there is Nudity from Nude Sticks, which is like a soft, pinky, it's coming off more taupe here, like silvery taupe. Okay. I think that might answer this question for us because the other one that I have looks significantly more pink. It is called Angel. Ooh, this looks more golden peach and not, well, I think we can call that a pink. I'll tell you, no. Okay, when I saw the shade when I was looking through my collection, I thought, no, this will be too pink. But this, by the way, is called Pink Seychelles. I think that's how you say it. I honestly don't know. But guys, this is it. This is it. It might be a little too deep, too taupe. This looks very light from what I'm seeing online, but honestly, I'm not gonna miss the other one. This is perfect. That's it. Next up is Cocoa. Honestly, I think I have this one in the bag too. Okay, we have Immortal, and I have run out of room. Let's do red. Oh, bingo. Bingo. That. Absolutely. Done. Done. Don't need that trio. Done. But I do think I want to now conquer Tom Ford and just get that all over my eyelids. But given the success we've seen with these other three, I think we're gonna get all three of these in the bag. So this exemplifies the problem I'm running into. This could be it, maybe a little warm, but what I'm running into is nothing is all shimmer. Everything has a matte shade in it. Ooh, wait. What about this? Is it still too cool? Let's try it. Ooh, another good candidate, but I don't think it has a shade deep enough. The deepest shade is that gray, and that is too cool. We're looking for a deep, cool brown. Okay, guys, last drawer. Sydney Grace, I bet. If I were buying something new, I know I could go on the Sydney Grace website and just piece together an affordable quad with the exact right colors and finishes. I just know it. Ooh, these from Lorac are amazing. And they might be promising. I think this is the warmer of the two. Sorry, meant cooler of the two. Let's definitely stick that aside because this, pretty sure, oh yeah, way too warm. But the other one, might be it. I'm pretty sure we won't find any of these in any of the Naked palettes because those are going to be a mixture of textures. Okay, we have officially gone through the selection. Oh, wait. I mean, I kind of hate to substitute one luxury product for another, but let's just see because this, these are also too cool and not enough of the shades we're looking for, I don't think. Okay, here are our eyeshadow contenders. First up, this would be incredible if it worked, is the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette in... You know what they do with these? They put the name in the plastic thingy that you rip off. I have no idea, no idea what this eyeshadow palette is, but I can assure you, it's current. It's one of the new ones, so it's out there and I'll list it down in the description box below. But check this out. I think we have a close winner with the Coquette palette here. We have either this kind of light shimmery beige or the light bright white. It's kind of hard to tell how light the lightest shade is in here. I'm guessing it's like this one up here, this light cream, but you can always mix the two to get the right match. Then there is a light shimmery pink. I think that's checked off by this guy right here. It's not quite as pink as I think the one in the Coquette, the Tom Ford Coquette palette is, but kind of close. A shimmery taupe, this one up here, and then a kind of deep, it's not ultra deep, but a relatively deep, shimmery, cool brown shade that I think matches this one right here. This one might be it, guys. I also looked at the Smashbox Cover Shot Golden Hour eye palette, and this one I think is too warm. I know it looks pretty cool right here, but comparing this to that, I think it's too warm. Although we do have the pink shade. No, it's too warm. There is the pink shade, but we're lacking the deepest. This is a kind of a deep purple as opposed to like a deep brown. So that one's out. And the other one. Before we get to that, I picked the Pixie Tina Yang palette, which is gorgeous, and I definitely want to use another video because, I mean, you have every option here possible, but this doesn't, what? Wait. We have a cream, we have a pink, we have a taupe, and we have a deep brown. Okay, look at me proving myself wrong. It stays in. I was just very excited to get to the Lorac Pro Palette Noir because these are some seriously underrated palettes out there. Gorgeous. And, I mean, this just screams like an expanded version of the Coquette palette. So you have your light champagne shade. Oh, this does lack a pink shade though. Yowza, might be lacking that. The medium taupe, I mean, take your pick. We probably could have subbed one of those in for a pink. Ooh, and the deep brown. Well, shoot. This is the deepest brown, kind of bronze that we have going on in here, and it's nowhere near as deep as it needs to be. Well, hate that. Okay, surprising. It's between the Pixie palette and the Wet n Wild palette. So let's go in and swatch these shades real quick. Okay, I'm kind of surprised by this. The mid-tone taupe was the hardest shadow to dupe amongst everything that I had. At least in these palettes, neither one of these could come close to that, but I do think the closest here is the Wet n Wild. So let's go with that. So I went ahead and did one eye, obviously. First, I am actually going to take a combination of these two shades right here. Basically, what is the taupe, and pink shade from that palette on my finger, because I just prefer the way these apply with the finger. They're more dense. When I go in with a fluffier brush, I mean, they're not Tom Ford eyeshadows. That's just all there is to it. But the shimmer is really nice. It's actually more finely milled than you might imagine. Like it's not glittery. It still, I think, very much gives that high-end silky shimmery sort of effect on the lid. Then with the brush, this is actually from e.l.f. It's basically a C brush. I'm going in with the deepest shimmery brown in this palette and packing that in my outer corner, bringing it pretty high up, as well as along my lower lash line to really smoke it out. And then using a fluffy blender, just gonna go blend mostly, just to make sure there aren't any harsh edges around there, and smoke this out. And then just build that outer corner up and continue building and blending until it is as deep and as smoky as I would like, which is basically until it's as deep and smoky as that. And then for a highlight, I'm going in with the lightest cream shade here this is from Profusion. It's the small pointed eyeshadow, or ES6. And I'm patting that not only in my inner corner, but also for a shimmery brow. And that's it for the shadows. Okay, I did end up going in with a liquid eyeliner. This is the Pixie Lash Line Ink. Any black eyeliner you have will do. The only special thing about that one from Tom Ford is that it has like a large pen or felt tip on it like this, and then it looks like it has a teeny tiny little precise felt tip on the other end. What kind of contortions am I having to do? Nope, then you can't see it. Can you really see it anyway? I don't know. And with this, I am just applying the thinnest line to my upper lash line. Okay, well, maybe not so thin because we're being careless today, but our mascara will cover any boo-boos, you know? Then I'm also dragging it in to this inner corner, just extending that line a teensy little bit. And for the mascara, I'm just going in with what I have been using on a daily basis. One of the mascaras I've been using on the reg. This is the Makeup Geek Extension Effect mascara, and honestly, the mascara was like the thing that I was least eager to try in that set. I don't feel like I'm missing out by not having that Tom Ford mascara. Whenever anyone talks about Tom Ford, I feel like it's about their complexion products, their eyeshadows, their face products. Never the mascara. I just don't feel like I'm missing out. Now let's finish everything off with the lips. So the shade Impassioned looks, when it's actually worn on the models here, it looks way deeper, I think, than it does in the tube. I thought this was a much lighter lipstick until I actually saw it worn on models. So I had to go for quite a bit of a deeper berry than I was expecting. And both of them, again, another drugstore product, came from Almay. One is 180 Get Crazy. This, ooh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. It doesn't look quite as glossy as the Tom Ford does, which is something we're gonna run into this other shade too, but I don't know, shade-wise, it's pretty close. So next, a little lighter, a little bit more mauve-y, I would say, and this is Be Strong. This is not gonna be anywhere near where we need to be. Yeah, that's too light. It's a little too pink, less red. Yeah, I'd say we pretty much hit it with Get Crazy. Well, Okay, it may be a little more plum, less red, but, oh, more bricky and less plum. But I think it gets the point across. Oh, that's a really pretty oxblood. That's what I would call that kind of red. This is more of a plum, but I would say it's pretty close. You know what? I'm not going to sweat it. I think we have done it. I officially feel like my urge to buy all of these things is gone, and I got a look that I really like out of the deal with a lot of drugstore products. I love the face, love the eyes, great little quad here from Wet n Wild, and nice to go back to a lip that I knew I loved, but just never reached for. Especially, I mean, it's summer, so I don't typically go for berries anyway, but it's nice. So there it is, everyone. Shopping my stash instead of shopping the Nordstrom anniversary sale beauty products. I might have bought some clothes and some shoes, but that's neither here nor there. If you want to see what I did get, let me know down in the comments. It was kind of hard not knowing how big I'm going to get with this baby, but definitely knowing that I will get bigger and trying to plan for that and wanting stuff that I will not only wear this fall, but in the winter when I'm not pregnant. I don't know. It was kind of a hard and weird experience. And so I found some pieces that I'm really excited about. Here's hoping that I'm still excited when they come. I don't know. But for the time being, very excited about this face and the products that I've now rediscovered. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.